Okay, Bill here. This here video is going out to my brother Matt, who has requested that I do it. He likes my banana bread, so I'm going to show him how to make it. So the first thing one needs is some flour and some sugar. This is the flour, this is the sugar. I put raisins in my banana bread, and I use Sun-Maid jumbo raisins. Jumbo, size matters, of course. Uh, this is imitation vanilla. You may want to use the real deal. Salt, pinch is required, and some baking soda generally in all flour-based cooking stuff. 2/3 butter, 7 bananas makes a double batch, which yields 3 loaves. And also got to have coffee on hand, just in case you need to break away and think about what you're doing. Per Robert M. Pirsig in the book Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. So I guess in this case it would be Zen and the Art of Baking Banana Bread. The tools we use in this stuff we do, a measuring device for the flour and the sugar, something to mix it up with, a bowl to mix it in. I use one of these to mash the bananas, very handy, and of course use one of these spatula deals to fold the batter in the bowl as I mix it. Must set the oven to 350. Oh, and by the way, there's a home where the banana bread goes to live for a while it's cooking, and I use, in spite of the fact that there's a non-stick coating, I want to make sure the loaves come out nice and compliant. So I use a little food release in that regard. And just a little secret to my success, I've located the loaves as they cook on the top shelf, and I put a pan on the second shelf to hold off the abrupt rising of the heat, and then that'll prevent any burning of the bottom of the loaf. Okay, the bananas go in the bowl. Take the masher and mash them up into a nice pulp or mushy mixture here. Doesn't the better mixed, the better mushed, the better the result. But if you want to, signaturize your concoction, you may want to leave it lumpy. I don't know. But may require some experimentation. I know I've got my share of experimentation, and however I've landed on the true deal here. So I mash it as much as I can. Okay, 3 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, around a teaspoon of baking soda, a pinch of salt, and a teaspoon or a couple of teaspoons, in fact, of vanilla extract goes into this stage here. And I'll take the handy dandy folding device. This allows for the when it comes to mixing it with the mixer, the flour doesn't go everywhere. So I'll just wetten everything here until the time after the butter and eggs go in. Okay, microwave the 2/3 stick of butter on the microwave for 1 minute and 23 seconds. You just want to liquefy the stuff. I've thrown in the 2 eggs with the butter, the melted butter, and I'm going to mix it and pour it into the big mixing bowl and proceed to make a batter. Okay, we're closing in on the deal now. I'm going to begin to mix this batter, and from here it goes into the pans to be born as banana bread. Okay, I've distributed the batter into the pans that have been pre-treated with some food release, mainly on the bottom of the pans, because because my experience with these so-called stick-resistant pans have not panned out, pardon the expression. So I help them out a little bit. And anyway, so the raisins have been distributed on the top, as you can see, and I'm just going to sort of press them down into the batter. Now, I used to mash these raisins up along with the bananas at the initial stage of mashing, and that worked okay, but I have found that the raisins are better distributed in the surface of the loaf this way than the other way. It's kind of a toss-up. You may want to try both to see what works best for you. And so at this point now, the bread goes in to gestate for 1 hour, and use one of these for that purpose. Okay, some hints for a successful result arrival. Like I said, with the oven, make sure it's preheated. Do rule number 1, check that temp, because your deep cleaners will come in behind you and change the setting on that when they're cleaning the oven. So that's very important. And as well, keep yourself a sink full of dishwater so you can clean as you go. Put stuff away as soon as you're done with it. And when you set the timer for an hour, grab yourself a cup of coffee and have at it. There's Brother Bill signing off. I'll see you here in about an hour, I guess. Okay.